If you've ever fed a giraffe at a zoo, then you're aware that the giraffe tongue is long and sticky and rough. How come? The giraffe tongue is long. In fact, it's close to 2 feet long, which is the distance from here to here. It's pretty big. And it's long because it uses its tongue to grab food. It grabs the leaves or it strips them off of the tree branch. They don't have upper incisors like koalas, so they can't clip the leaves. And their tongue is prehensile, which means they use it for grasping in the same way that elephants use their trunk for grasping items to put into their mouth. Once it's in the mouth of the giraffe or the elephant or the human, the tongue is used to move the food particles around, and the saliva and the mucus, which makes the tongue moist when you feed the giraffe, is used to help it go down your throat before swallowing it. The tongue itself on the top has these little bumps. The bottom is smooth, and the bumps are called papillae. And they come in different forms. If you look at them closely under a microscope, you'll see that some of them, they're called filiform papillae, are shaped like cones. Now, without a microscope, if you stick your tongue out and look into a mirror and go like that, you'll see your tongue also has bumps. And all of those bumps are used to move the food around in your mouth. And in some cases, those filiform papillae are pretty pronounced, and so when a cat licks you, it kind of feels like sandpaper because those papillae are rubbing against your skin. But the epitome of those sharp papillae are penguins. Those are really pronounced because penguins feed on fish and krill, and those are wiggly creatures that are still alive, and the penguins have no teeth to chew them, so they end up using their tongue to move the fish down their throat to eat. So the main reason why giraffe tongues are long is to help them feed, the sticky to help them swallow, and the rough because that moves the food along. Now, giraffe have adapted other ways to use their tongue, one of which is to kind of clean out their nose so they don't use it that often. But the other main way is males check out female reproductive states by prodding the female to pee. The female pees and the male sticks out his tongue and cups it, brings it to the top of his mouth like this, where he has a special organ to smell the chemicals in the pee. And then he decides whether it's time to mate or not, and she decides whether she wants to mate with him or not. Our tongues are used in other ways besides moving the food around the mouth also. For starters, one of the most important functions of our tongue is to help us talk. We can't talk if our tongue is out of our mouth.
Try talking when your tongue is out like this, and it's really hard because you can't do it.
And then our tongue is used in other ways which make very little sense, like we can form a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure why we've evolved to do that, but we do. We can also roll our R's, which is important in some languages, but I don't know why we end up going. It's just one of those things we can do with our tongue. And then we also use our tongue when we whistle. And I mainly use my tongue to whistle to call my dog. So tongues are pretty versatile. They're muscular organs specialized to move food around in their mouth. And in the case of giraffe, close to 2 feet long, so they can get those nice, juicy, green leaves that are really high up in the tree.